relieved for the women that testified today, but I also feel really sad because it's taken so long, you know, decades. Some of these women have been coming forward and trying to be heard about the unbelievable horror that they were having to endure, and they kept getting turned away by both the police and the council. And also I know, because I've spoken to them, that this is happening still across the country, you know, in every town and every village. And really, for me, until we can actually prevent the crime from happening in the first place and prosecute all of the people that have been carrying out these vile attacks on children, I'm not going to be satisfied. So it feels a very significant step, but only the first step.
The Independent Police Complaints Commission, I think, is looking into 55 allegations against South Yorkshire Police. The council is already facing questions as well. I just want to put one point that Mohammed Shafiq put earlier about the cultural issue at the heart of this case, and perhaps others. And he had a warning for the Pakistani community, who he says have turned a blind eye to these sorts of crimes. What is your advice to communities who are directly affected by all this?
I think it's actually it's a more human plea that I've got. It's to everybody, in that child abuse exists in the shadows. It exists if we don't challenge it. It flourishes if we allow it to. And so I would say, you know, whether you're from the Pakistani community, the white British community, I don't know, any community, or just an individual on your own, look. If something looks wrong, it probably is, and also let's teach our children that they will be listened to, that if they do come forward, we will take what they're saying seriously. And I think that all communities need to look on themselves. I mean, if we, not just sort of the Pakistani community and the what he was saying, but I also think as a whole society, I'm seeing a lot more violence against women and girls. You know, when we look at the last crime stats that came forward, sexual violence against women was going up, and it has been increasing year on year. So it's something that I think we all need to look at. I think the media needs to take its part in all of this as well. You know, why is it that within, you know, pop lyrics and the way that we present women, they are seen as accessible sexual objects? And also, for me, the biggest thing is we need to get proper relationship education to all children in schools, so that they understand what consent is, what respect is, what boundaries is, how to value yourself. And if you say no, then it should be listened to. So I mean, I really hope that this is a wake-up call for society.
Because prevention is so much better than the option.
It really is, and that's the other reason why I'm sort of anxious going forwards, because the women from today's trial, they've had their childhoods taken from them, and the reason they've been campaigning so strongly is not just for them. It's because they absolutely don't want any other child to have to go through what they did. But we need to support them rebuilding their lives, because the level of brainwashing, manipulation, not to mention the sexual and physical violence that they've had to endure, it is more than I just don't know how they keep on going with it, to be honest. So we need to make sure that for all victims of child abuse, indeed of all abuse, that as a society we do put the support around them, because, you know, it's our duty, and I personally feel that we've failed these young women. So I really think that we need to make a commitment to making it right going forwards.
This, say some, though, is the tip of an iceberg.
I'm one of those that says it. Yes, I mean, that's what we have to start recognising, that this is happening in every town and in every city. The numbers, unfortunately, sadly back that up. You know, the NSPCC recently said that it's 500,000 children that are being abused. That's supported by the Children's Commissioner, who came